Hey friends, it's Glenna with Crafts by Glenna. I am back with another project for my quote wall. If you saw the last video I did, let me see if I can show you. The two projects here that I made, I've added to my quote wall, and I have another one. I I love funny quotes, and I feel like I kind of have the ADHD brain sometimes. So when I saw this, I had to make it. The part that I wanted to do is making it up as I go. So for my people who also follow my planner channel, Planning with Glenna, we can relate too as well, right? We make it up as we go. So I'm going to use our house box frame today to put this on. I thought it would be cute, and I can just set it back there, or I can hang it on the wall. It it actually does not have a hanger on it, so you can easily add one. So what I'm planning to do is I'm going to do the typewriter in black and then the words in pink, of course, in raspberry sorbet. And I believe that I probably should put some surface wax on this because sometimes our black seems to bleed a little bit if you don't wax it first. So let me switch to the camera so that you can see my work surface. Again, if you haven't watched in a while, because of technical issues, I just have one camera right now. So I will switch to where you can see my work surface. Okay, so we're going to use, let me move my wipes out of the way and put this where you can see it. And so I'm using our surface wax and the little chamois for that. And so what I like to do is I like to put the surface wax on and buff it. And then I like to heat it up a little bit and buff it some more because that seems to bring out the grains in the wood a lot better and just gives you a nicer finish. So we will just heat it up really quick with our heat tool. And this just softens the wax a little bit and allows you to buff it in a little bit more. And I know it's hard to see on the screen, but when you use the wax and then you heat it up and you buff it, it really brings out the grain in the wood. So I love doing that. And you can also paint these if you wanted to paint it another color, you could do that. So this transfer is called Vintage Typewriter. This was actually an old Club Couture transfer. And my dear friend Sherry Hamilton, I was at her house for ChalkCon for a watch party, and I'm pretty sure that that's where I picked this one up. So because this one has a lot of white, I am not going to want to fuzz it a lot because there's not a lot of sticky on there. So we're just going to put this down. And even though I'm not using these top words, I'm not going to cut it down at all. Sorry, I keep getting out of the screen here. All right, so I'm just going to line it up at the bottom. And let's see if that's, actually I need to go over just a little bit. Like this. And so even though I'm not using the words at the top, I'm not going to bother cutting it off because this is exactly where I want this line, and that's the one that I'm using. So I'm just going to smooth this down really, really, really well, since there is a lot of white space. Isn't this typewriter just too cute? I'm showing my age, but I learned to type on a manual typewriter. In fact, I'm fairly certain that my dad probably still has that manual typewriter. And actually, I pulled out Shimmer Shadow. Let's see, do I want to use that or do I want to use black? I think I'm going to pull out my black paste instead. And if you wanted to, you could make the handle silver and all of that. But we are just going to keep it simple. Let me see, this one may be too thick. Yeah, this one is a little thick. I know, pretty sure I have a new black. Let's see. If you guys saw my video a few months ago, I am loving my little Dollar Tree crate thing for my paste. It works so well. Okay, this one is a little thick too. So what I'm going to do is I'll just show you how we thin it down. So I'm going to move this out of the way so that I don't accidentally get something on it. And I have distilled water in here. So I'm just spraying some distilled water in there. And then I'm going to stir this up. And you want it to be the consistency of pudding. So if it gets too thick, all you have to do is add some water, stir it up really well, and it will give you the consistency that it originally was. There's not much in here, so I'm having to stir quite a bit to get it mixed up. I'm going to put one more little squirt of water in there. Stir it a little more. It's another great thing about our paste. They last a really long time because you can do this if it gets too thick. All right, let me clean this off. I love my little Amazon wipe caddy. Keep my wipes down in here and keep them handy so that I can just grab them really quick. Oh, and I just got it on my bandage. If you watch my other video, I explained about the bandage, so I kind of cut my finger a little bit. So, all right. So I love keeping my wipes in there because if you ever try to pull one out of the little package they come in, it's very difficult to get them out, especially if you're trying to do video at the same time. So I love that because it's weighted down and it keeps it in place. All right, so let's do our typewriter first. And again, you could make this any color you want. I am just going for simple. You guys know me, I like the simple crafts. That's why I love Couture. So easy. So we're just spreading this on like butter. And we'll go back and scrape off the excess. And then I'm going to do the words in raspberry sorbet. I'm trying to work pretty quickly so that the paste does not dry in my transfer, especially since my paste is a little bit thick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and peel this part up because I can tell it wants to dry. We're going to lay it right back down real gently, and then I'm going to put my words down here, grab my raspberry sorbet, my favorite color, and we're just going to chalk on these words. And I'm avoiding these lines because those are cut lines, but they also would show up if I got my paste on there since I didn't cut these out ahead of time. So I'm going to scrape off the excess and peel and reveal. It's always the fun part. So cute. I love it. What do you think? I think it's so cute. All right, let me switch back so you can see me and I'll show you the project again. Isn't that so cute? I love it. Making it up as I go. So that is going to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to hang it or if you can see all of my little goodies. Actually, you can see the hammer because we just hung up some of those back there. So I think this one might go on the wall. I think I'll just put one of those little hangers on the back and hang it on the wall. So I hope you love it. I think it's so cute and I can't wait to add it to my quote wall. So thanks for watching and I hope you have an awesome day.